All right, check out this exercise, Lisa. Just going to review how to navigate around 3D space and also cast a shadow. Okay, I'm going to do two exercises, 3D1 cast shadow and 3D2 cast shadow. To navigate around, there's three different ways to navigate. I'm going to start by introducing orbiting. Tap the letter C, and then you just click and drag. And orbiting is just how you're going to spin around the 3D space. When you tap C again, your cursor changes into four arrows, and this is called dollying. When you dolly or pan, you can move things side to side. You can kind of recenter your orbiting point. And then finally, tapping the letter C for a third time, you'll see this perspective arrow, and this is just simply to zoom in or to zoom out. All right, that's navigating in 3D space. Once again, orbit, dolly, and zoom by hitting the letter C. When I'm done navigating, I'll usually hit the letter V to get back to my selection tool. In order to see a shadow, you've got to turn on cast shadows inside the light. I'm opening up light options, and I'm just looking for the word cast shadows, and of course I'll just turn that on. I don't see a shadow yet because you've got to turn cast shadows on in two places, the spotlight, and also open up options on the object that would be casting the shadow. So that's material options underneath this text layer. And of course I see cast shadows and turn that on. All right, I'll hit the letter C and just orbit around and just admire that shadow. Okay, let's take a look at exercise number 2. I'm opening up 3D number 2. Okay, this exercise looks very similar to casting a shadow with the text layer, but instead of a text layer casting a shadow, it's a 3D cube that's been assembled by comping together three different solids. Okay, so of course, let's turn on cast shadows in the light options. There we go, right there. Turn it on. By the way, what you see here in red, green, and blue is also known as the manipulator. And a manipulator is really useful for kind of translating things up and down, rotating or scaling up. We'll talk about this next time. Okay, if that manipulator is kind of annoying to you, you can always shut it off by just clicking off on something else. Okay. All right, now for the cube, I'm not going to be able to cast a shadow by just looking for material options inside this composition. I've got to double click to go inside this container. And each one of these layers, each one of these solids actually has its own material options and its own cast shadows option. To turn on cast shadows for all 6 sides at the same time, I'm holding down Shift and selecting all of them. And then when I expand the material options menu and check cast shadows to on, it's going to happen to all 6 of them at the same time. And when I go back to my main comp by clicking on the adjacent tab, you'll see that there is now this long shadow casted by the cube and the spotlight. All right, please practice these 2 exercises to review navigating around in 3D space and also just looking for the cast shadows option in 2 different places.